Yo, it's Kevin Trades. This is my weekly recap and outlook for DAX, the German index. So let's just get straight into it. As you can see, this is the weekly candle. We had a bearish week, opened at 24719.3, and we closed at 24483.6. And if you go into the daily, we can see we had a bullish, bearish, bullish, but I'd consider this a doji because the wick is double the size of the candle on either side. So I'd consider that as a doji, whereas you can see here the wick is not bigger. So anyways, doji bearish and then another doji candle. So a pretty bearish week. But yeah, let's just get into it. My levels were here and my jaws were here. One jaw got immediately smashed on Monday market open. First things first though, before we get into it, we got to look at the news. Monday we had no news. Tuesday we had no news. Wednesday we had FOMC at 7 p.m. and a press conference with the main man yapping. What was his name? The Fed chair, Powell. He was yapping at 7:30, and then Thursday unemployment claims and Friday PPI. So not that much news except for end of the week, and you can see that's why towards the end of the week we had a big drop off because of what's going on in the world right now. But let's just get into it. So Monday market opens, we left a gap down, and then gap gets filled almost instantly. I will mark out this gap. Furthermore, level held as low the day on Monday, which is nice. Gap gets filled, first row gets smashed, so I will delete this. I will also delete this level. Kind of got used here, but it's fine. I'll delete this level and you can see low the day get tapped as Monday, which is fine. But yeah, coming to London session on Monday, where were we? Here. So we kind of just filled in the gap and risen higher. Swept this high, tapped OTE from these highs, and then we kind of sold off a tiny bit. Whoa. Nice little OTE tap here at 8, sold off down, tapped into this order block here. Why is this order block on the 15-minute? Because you swept this low, and then we broke above this high. This was at 9.45, so this was a good trade. And we also tapped this order block here, which is a sweep here. And then we inverse this 15-minute fair value gap perfectly. I will consider this as a rejection because this candle closed below, whereas the next candle spawned above higher, and this was 11 a.m. The new forward just opened, and that is the low of the 4 hour. And then we targeted these highs, weak highs here, weak highs here, and then yeah. So good trade, New York session. Pretty much a similar thing. We did kind of reverse again, tap into more order blocks here, probably a 5-minute order block. And we just went higher. Let's just look 5-minute order block, probably 3 p.m. 3:40. That's lowered the forward again. 5-minute order block here, tapped into, boom. Left a 5-minute fair value gap. Accumulated, came back down, retested this, came back down. This is probably an OTE tap here. Perfect OTE tap at the close. And then yeah, Tuesday opens, we go higher. I will also like to mention on the 4 hour, high of the week was purely, this is not only a high, but we came to sweep this on Monday's close. I just want to mention high of the week was purely off of this 4 hour strong high. Let me move this out of the way, boom. This 4 hour strong high, here to here. Perfect OTE, high of the week, and you could have caught this in the 4 hour. 700 points, very good. But yeah, that was just high of the week, 4 hour OTE. But if you go into the hourly, this is kind of a Wyckoff. I will explain how. I think it's better on the 4 hour, to be honest. But on the 15, it's even better. But high of the day on Monday, on Tuesday was 7:30, which is fine. You can count this as a buying climax. Get rid of these lines. This is the automatic rally here. This sort of movement down, automatic rally, test. This test runs down, which is fine. Test and then purge. Purge accumulates. London session kicks in, comes back down. And yeah, you could have caught this sell probably just off of these RTOs here. Because I think this is 8 a.m. open, tapped RTO and just dumped. On the 5-minute now, consider the 4-hour OTE as well. This 5-minute gets respected. On open, we left behind this 5-minute at 15 past, taps in at 8:30 and then sells off. So this is a good trade down to these lows. Price starts to reverse, taps into another order block. We're going to the 15-minute, sweeps these highs, breaks past this low, also breaks past this low, taps into it, and then sells off. New York session, which is literally right here. 2:30 comes up, taps into this, boom. Let's go to the 5-minute. Taps into this like order block here on the 5-minute, and then just sells off. This order block again just gets respected. This is like 4 o'clock. You're getting good sells here. But yeah, it's pretty good. Going into Wednesday now. Pretty much similar thing at 8 a.m. Price sells off at 7:30. Should I say 6:30? 7:30. Comes down, comes back up, taps this order block again. Sweeps this high, breaks below this low, and then sells off. Cheeky little golden pocket here. Nice little sell off at 8:30. Good timing. And yeah. Then new flower opens, taps into order block again. Is this a top tick? Nearly. Let's just check higher time frame. I think it's the 30-minute. This was just a 30-minute fair value up. I really like this sell at 8:30. Very clean. But it just ran quite a bit. Even here, ran a bit, but then after the retracement, it ran even more. The retracement was back into this 15-minute, and then we just sold off. So it's nice. On the 5-minute, you could have caught this purely off of these inverses here. Closes, left behind 2 fair value ups here and here. This gets tapped in the future. Also, the reason I knew this was going down is because we edged this slow on this initial sell move here at 8:55. 9 a.m. opens, we reverse. 10 a.m. opens, we close here in this accumulation. This is just built up liquidity. And then once the new 4-hour opens, we create the top wick at 11:40, 11:35, and then we just dump more. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. New York session reverses. Let's go to New York session. And I think this was OTE. I'm just guessing. Sweeps this 1-hour week low here, which would have been a good draw on Monday's low. Is it OTE? I'm pretty sure it is. It's close enough. 786 with the 1-hour week low getting swept. No bottom wick here at 1 o'clock. And this was also news on Wednesday. Was it? No, it wasn't. FOMC though at 7, which is here. You can see price just comes up. Obviously, you wouldn't be trading FOMC, but price comes up, snap back into this 30-minute and 15-minute. This 30-minute holds that previously got held, and it's also OTE from the 30-minute high, which you would consider a strong high. Price taps it twice. It is also high the day on Wednesday. Thursday comes up, high the day again. It's just that same OTE at 5 a.m. 2 days right here. Price opens and we just dump. See what London did on Thursday. Right here, boom. London opens. We have nice order blocks here, and we just tap the order block and sell off. So it sweeps this high, breaks past this low. Right here, and then we complete the OTE, 30-minute OTE. And then we have the big 4-hour OTE, which we completed as well on Thursday and Friday. I will draw it out once more because that was just high of the week. As you can see here. So this would have been a draw. Boom. And this is just a 15-minute order block, which you could have caught at 8:15. And price leaves behind a big 5-minute fair value gap here. And at this point, we're bearish on like all time frames. So price taps into this order block, taps into the fair value gap, close out of the fair value gap, so you know you were going down. You also have a 5-minute inverse here. And even if you take this on the 5-minute close out, you're still getting like 2 RR. To the draw, you're getting like 3. It depends on where you enter, of course, but this is like an easy 2-hour trade on Thursday London session. But yeah, price comes down to this week daily low here. This is the daily low. It's weak. It didn't sweep anything, and that is low of the week on Thursday. And then we also have Thursday 1:30. I think it's right here. Where is it? This is the news candle on the 15-minute. But yeah, Friday comes down, comes up, taps OTE here, and that is low of the day, 8 a.m. We also came down to sweep a 1 hour week low. This was my draw on Friday. This 5 p.m. candle with not like very small bottom wick. On correlating pairs, there was no bottom wick, so I kind of knew it was going to come down, sweep that. Taps OTE on London. Pump up, leave behind a 15-minute fair value gap and a 15-minute inverse, and just sells, buys up higher to that news high again. So again, good trade here on Friday, at least like 200 points. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Very clean week, decent week. I did want buys, but what can you do? One draw got hit, which is nice, and level held as low the day on Monday. Is what it is. But for next week now, what are we thinking? Probably on the weekly. If you look on the weekly, we are in this weekly bullish fair value gap, which is nice. We also swept some daily week lows and a weekly low. Also back into this range here on this weekly. There was also gaps here on this daily, so we kind of filled them in. We're also in daily order blocks right here, so CP and a break above this high and a break above this high. So we are in this daily order blocks. It'll be interesting to see Monday's market open and Sunday's market open, because this gap here is quite big, and then we also gapped down again on Monday. I do want this gap to get filled, but right now we are hella bearish. So it just depends. Doji candle is good because we closed Doji inside of this small daily fair value gap, which I mark out here. So yeah, coming to initial draws though, if you go back onto the weekly, we have like a gap here. First draw would be this high. I don't know where this high is on the hourly. Pretty much point of control, equal lows could just be considered our hourly order block as well, so I want that to get tapped. And levels, what are we thinking about levels? I will remove this high. The OT did get complete, which is nice. So yeah, also the Wyckoff got completed as well, which was like a 1 hour Wyckoff. After this purge here, high of the week came down, sign of weakness, and then dumped back down straight to the draw, which is this overbought swing. But now we've got this oversold swing. I will put 3 green lines here. I will make this a green line as well. Quite a lot of draws here, which is fine. I do want to remove one. The one I will remove is this one, because this should be clean range. And this to here is fine. Levels for buys, because I do want buys next week. Probably just off of anything on the 4 hour. Probably just off of this 4 hour fair value gap. Depends how you open though. Purple. We did respect it here, so I'll put level here for buys. 24,482. Could also see a dome deeper into OTE. If I'm seeing this, I just want this weekly fairly up to get respected. We have a whole week to go ahead and do that. And then this is a good draw because you could tap into this inverse, weekly inverse, and then sell off, which is fine. But yeah, monthly candle also closed, so that's interesting. And we left behind this big wick, so I do want this wick to get at least rebalanced before selling off more. Doji candle is fine. And let's just put a level at 50% of this monthly wick. And I'd be happy with that for levels for buys. 24,378.8. see how we can manage that. I'll make it 0.79, which is a whole round number. But yeah, best case scenario, we just do something like this, fill in this gap, and that would be nice. I want, again, Monday, Tuesday to hold as low of the week. If you're looking at news for next week, we don't really have a much news Monday to Friday. We have a lot of news next week because it's first week of the month. It's nice that the monthly is opening on the 2nd of Feb. So there's a lot of news next week, especially Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. But yeah, a lot of the markets dumped. If I just show you here, everything's basically red except for DXY and DAX. And DAX is a doji, which is interesting. But yeah, something like this would be hella nice. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my DAX recap. Looking ahead, I'm going for buys. I want these gaps to get filled. It just depends because it is first week of the month, so it could be manipulation or accumulation. So we'll see. But it'd be fine if we just accumulate within this weekly fair value up. But we could also see us come down, wick this low, and then close. So I'm happy with this level here for buys. Within these daily wicks. But yeah, good opportunity this week. That's my DAX recap. Here are my levels, purple lines, and my draws are the green lines. That's about it. Keep it clean and simple. See you next week.